PoppyK, create, craft and make paper jewelry and challenges to break. PoppyK, create, craft and make. PoppyK, subscribe, like, comment and share.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie. I hope you are doing well. Well, today's video is something maybe a little bit different. I'm trying to find where I've put I literally have got everything out and I've got the one bit that I don't need. Where have I put that? Oh, it's way over there. Right, so many of you have a phone, am I right? Let's just pull you out here. Pull you out. There we go. Many of you have a phone. I have a Galaxy S20, I think it is. And this is the case. So I've got this is the back and this is the front. So obviously you need the front for doing all of your scrolling and things like that, but on the back this is what you have. And my phone is literally just red, so I wanted to jazz it up a little bit because that is basically what obviously less the thing, but that's what my phone would look like. So I thought to myself, let's decorate it up a little bit, and I made this particular little concoction of scraps and things like that. This is graphic 45 paper, got a nice little pumpkin there. These girls, now the other day I did a I did a diorama and I said that there was 3 girls. This was the other girl. She is on this side here, so that's where she comes from. And so I decided to make something up like that. I've used some die cuts and whatnot. So I wanted to make another one. I do love this Harlequin paper. And I thought, why not show you how I went about doing it. Now I've already cut the piece of paper that I need. This one is actually slightly bigger because I was a little bit too hasty in my measuring. And I think it's literally 5mm. I don't know if you can see that. 5mm bigger. So this measures, I'll just take it over to my measuring board. It measures 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11/8. So that's 2 and 11/8 by 6 inches. And that literally just sits, I don't want it to fill the whole of this. It just sits in there just nicely. Now as you can see, we've got this section here. I literally will just place this on and grab my pencil. So you could just pop that in there, grab your pencil, and I'm just going to draw roughly around there, and we'll just cut that out when we need to. So, can I see that? Probably not. Let me try that again. Just because I want it to, or if you've got something, actually, that's what we'll do, is just pop it on there like that, and then we can just draw around that properly. Then I can do that properly. So I've now got the bit for my camera to pop out. So I will move that out of the way there. Now I want to round the corners, so I'm just going to get my corner rounder. This, I'm just sort of going through this, but if you wanted to do it, honestly, the world is your oyster. Do you know what I mean? You could do it seasonally, monthly, you could change it. I just love it. So I've done that, and then I'm just going to grab my little pin there. I'm not even going to use a ruler. I'm just going to carefully cut where we've drawn our line. So if I take that out, that should, in theory, sit inside the phone there. See, you could just leave it like that and then use your favourite papers. You could even laminate them a little bit and then you could just keep them and then rotate them if you like. But I want to decorate this one. So with this one, I didn't think about where my pop socket was. So you can't actually see the girls' faces, which is such a shame. However, I'm keeping it. So this time I thought I will just go ahead and pick out a few little bits and pieces just to see how I can decorate. So I'm just sort of having a little play about with things. I was thinking maybe that down in the corner there. You could probably have that. I could cut that off a little bit. So you could have something a little bit like that. Or take that out. I might put the ticket in there. I mean, you could even pop that underneath there. Have that there. Ooh. So we've got these little bits here. You could do something like that up the top. Something like that. Just having a little. Ooh, what about? Oh, I like that. Yeah, you could stick that up the top there, and it just gives it that bit of vintage look. So you can do it with Tim Holtz papers, any paper pad of your choice. Do I want to put something like that down there, down the bottom? I might go with something like that, perhaps. Do I like the clock? Do we need the clock? Do I put a picture there? Oh, I've got this. Thing is though, you don't want to, I just keep having to bring this in because you don't want to lose the aesthetic, I suppose you would call it. So we could do, oh actually I quite like that, and then we could have this we could poke, yes, there we go, there's my decision. That is what is happening. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm going to keep with that theme. And I'm just going to ink up the edges. I want to ink with black ink today. So probably not that because I don't think you'd see that, but I will just ink up the edges. So you could do seasonal. If you've got new dies, you could use your dies in there as well. And it just means that you can take your crafting out with you. You know, you can take something, make up a little composition, and it'll help you to feel inspired maybe. So that's going to go there, and then I'm just ink this up. If you've got bits of scraps, do a collage, do a bit of a masterboard, and then you could do that. And it's just something for you to look at, because sometimes, I mean, I remember back in the day when people used to buy 2 pads of Graphic 45, one to use and one to look at and smell. So let's get all of this together and pop that onto there. That needs to go on first, doesn't it, because that's going to sit behind. So I hope everyone is doing okay. We didn't go to the lawnmower racing. Well, we did, but it wasn't very good. So we ended up just walking around Leominster anyway. So yeah, that was that. So, but I had a nice Christmas sandwich, which was turkey, cranberry sauce, stuffing on white bread. Oh, it was just, and with a little touch of mayo. Oh, it was lovely. So I am getting myself ready for Christmas. Pop her down there, but I want that on first. And then this is one of the labels that I made a couple of weeks ago in a video. Just again out of scrap coffee dyed paper. Let's pop that there so I know where to place that. That can go on there. And then we'll put this on here. The picture is, I believe, from the Graphics Fairy, I think. Love it. She looks great, doesn't she? And that can stick just on there. And if you wanted to, you could then stamp on there with your stamps. But just a quick idea for changing up your phone decor, and it means that you can use what you've got in your stash, and I love the way that that looks. So I hope that sort of gives you a little bit of inspiration, and I'd love to see it if you do it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!